And then the whole, all around, a lot of pandemonium, and people gathered. So the boys were shivering like rats in that small hole.
The four men barricaded themselves into Sai Baba's bedroom. There was a standoff with the police. Then the order was given to go in. What happened next is hotly disputed. The official version seemed clear.
These four boys charged towards the police with the knives and started stabbing the inspector and other personnel. Because they were attacked, they opened fire.
In self-defense?
In self-defense. They opened fire and killed all the four boys. This is the police story.
Velayuddin Nair rejects the police version of events. He should know. Until 2002, he was Home Secretary of Andhra Pradesh and in charge of the state police. On coming to office, he examined the files and found that the original police report was riddled with lies and inconsistencies. This was later exposed by a CID investigation.
Yeah.
2 or 3 daggers cannot be a match to roaring guns. So the story of police being attacked and the police shooting in self-defense is totally baseless.
So are you suggesting that the police executed the boys that night?
This is absolute cold-blooded murder.
Some police officers were arrested but never charged. The case was eventually dropped. Sai Baba has always had a close relationship with the police. Even today, senior officers are special guests at the ashram. With friends in such high places, Sai Baba seems to be untouchable. Any attempt to investigate the goings-on at his ashram, even murder, appeared doomed to failure.
What are you going to say to him?
Critics say police connections ensured that Sai Baba wasn't even interviewed, despite being one of the witnesses to the events of that night.
The only person who was a witness to the murders or mysterious death was Sai Baba, and he was not examined as for evidence at all. And those students also who were there, 2-3 students, they were not examined at all.
Why do you think that the 1993 murders weren't properly investigated?
The central government stopped the investigation because if investigation takes place, a lot of things will come out. One thing, economic offences, sex influences, all these things will come up.
Shocked at what he considers a travesty of justice, the former Home Secretary is now seeking to reopen the case.
The killing of the boys was only to buy silence. If the boys are taken to the court of law, if they were arrested and taken to the court of law, they would have stated several things, including why did they want to meet Baba.
In Arkansas, the parents of Alaya Ram were also seeking justice. They were confident they were going to get it.
Al and I are driving in the car going, oh my God, we thought we had information that was going to bring down a giant organization.
The Rams took their son's story to Dr. Michael Goldstein. He's the international chairman, in charge of running the organization around the world. He's also a medical doctor, so Al had no qualms about telling him the whole painful story. It was September 1999.
Initially, he appeared shocked.
I'm very shaken.
And he said, I hate to think that 25 years of my life has been for nothing. And he said, words He said, faith has got to be restored and words will not be enough.
That's right.
And those were his words to me. He looked me straight in the eye and said that. And that gave me hope.
Michael said, I'm going to personally talk to Sai Baba about this. I'm going to talk to Sai Baba, and please don't tell anyone until I have a chance to get back with you.
Dr. Goldstein did go to India to question Sai Baba. When we originally interviewed him, he refused to discuss any of the negative allegations about his guru. We asked again on several occasions. He declined. But we felt these issues deserved an answer. We decided to secretly film Dr. Goldstein at his home in California to discover just how he'd gone about investigating Eliah's case.
In terms of allegations, Sai Baba's actual words were, if you want to fight with people in the gutter, you also have to go into the gutter. Don't.
Dr. Goldstein's idea of an investigation was rather different to what the Rams had had in mind.
He comes back, he calls me, and he says, well, I talked to Sai Baba. I did what I said I would do. Swami said that he is pure. And Michael said, my heart and my mind are with Swami. You have to do whatever you have to do.
Yes, I said that. Yes.
But was that enough of an investigation, Dr. Goldstein?
Yes, it is. For me, it is enough.
Wait a minute. What happened to words will not be enough? Faith has to be restored. 25 years of your life.
You sound to me that you're completely unafraid of these allegations because you don't believe them for 1 second.
That's
then
right.
Why don't you
That
have
is
some
right.
transparency into the investigation of them?
Transparency in what sense?
Why don't you have thorough investigations instead of just asking one question?
What do you
one
mean by
person?
thorough investigation?
Objective investigators, not someone asking the perpetrator whether he carried out the act, but someone, a proper legal process, or a legalistic process, should I say.
Yes.
Because I don't believe that's appropriate with Sai Baba.
Why not?
Because my heart and my conscience tell me that is not possible.
Is Sai Baba above the law then?
No, he's not above the law. I don't believe that it's possible that he could do anything like that.
In November 1999, Dr. Goldstein was chief guest of honor at a ceremony for Sai Baba's university. But he still managed to raise Eliah's story with Sai Baba personally. It seemed to spark a remarkable reaction.
And then I found out from my friend James, who had actually videotaped that the day after Michael, or the same day that Michael had talked to Baba about us, Baba came out with a discourse in which he praised Michael Goldstein more than he's ever praised any devotee in history.